Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome to another video. This time we're going to talk about the SH Figuarts Kamen Rider OOO's, the renewal, Shinkoucchou Seihou, Latoratah combo. And as usual, OOO's is in my top 5 dead or alive. I know I've mentioned that a few times already, but it's cool to see the different combos done. And what's pretty cool, I don't think I've noticed it before, but I realized they're kind of releasing it in a reverse way of Tatoba. So Tatoba released, right? Then we got Gatakiriba, which is the legs at the bottom. Now we're getting Latoratah, which is the middle, and then we're getting Tajidor releasing next. So I think that was a cool little nod of the way their releasing order is done. And then they've just announced Shelter combo. So it's pretty cool. And yeah. Anyway, enough about me rambling on about that. Let's get into the actual toy. I really adore the gold and yellow. I really enjoy the blue compound eyes. It's one of those things where this is one of those pretty yellow combos that does one of those things to me where it's like, the way you take pictures of this is really going to determine whether or not you really like this. Because articulation wise and combo wise, you know what you're getting. It's really a matter of how do you want to be the collector that collects all the OOO's combos, or do you just want a particular combo? But either way, it allows you to have that level of fun, which is very enjoyable, honestly. But I really love that bright yellow head and those blue compound eyes. It's just so pretty. Now we're going to jump and talk about the articulation. Our head can go up, it can go down, we can tilt left and right. No collar is in the way that allows it to like look in a way that you won't want it to. So it looks very, very nice. Lots of range of motion for expression. Our shoulder pads are connected to the arms and not the actual armor on the chest. So you can actually move these around freely. Our arm can go up pretty far, which is really, really done well. We have a bicep swivel and our arms are double jointed. I used one joint there, but I'm gonna go back, make sure that tilt goes in because it's actually really stiff. And as you can see here, we can actually touch our head with that double joint. We also get a movable forearm joint here. Let me actually see if I can move that light. We can actually use it to rotate left and right here as well too, giving it a little bit of extra oomph in your articulation, which is really, really dope. Then as far as our waist section goes, we actually get a movable upper torso part, which can go backwards, has a little bit of room. We can go forwards, adding that little bit of articulation. This part right here is going to get in the way. So please be careful with that, because if you bend it too far forward, it's going to pop out. So when you're doing your combo changes, it may give you some issues. So just be very careful with that. Let's actually move this back. Next up, we have our waist area. So our waist area, like I said, actually have a bit of articulation where you can tilt side to side as well. So doing running poses with this guy should not be an issue. We have our driver here, and the belt has some wiggle room to move around, giving you ways to move around and, you know, give you the ample articulation. As far as our legs go, we can go really far out. We can go a little bit backwards, but we're mostly going forwards for running poses, which is very good. We have our thigh swivel, which rotates really far around, going outward, and a pretty decent going inward. And we have double jointed legs. But with this one, it's a little different. We actually get a slightly different combination. And, oh, actually, I didn't even realize this before. We can actually tilt these like our forearms slightly side to side to give you that extra bit of oomph for articulation. It's pretty dope. Our legs can go backwards. I'm sorry, our feet can go backwards, forwards. We have a toe pivot, and we have super generous ankle pivot. Like, it's ridiculous. So if you remember the original O's, those guys pretty much had almost no ankle pivot. So it's like they're blessing us with this one now, to the point where he can almost get flat with it. So yeah, if O's played basketball, he'd probably break ankles, yo. So let's get this guy all posed up. Get him in a nice tiger-like pose, well, kitty-like pose, I should say, because it's lion, tiger, cheetah for this combination. And voila, here we are. Looks really, really nice. So without further ado, guys, let's get ready to jump into the accessories. Let's do that. So accessory-wise, what OOO's comes with, the first thing I want to talk about is his medals, because I didn't put it in his belt because I wanted to talk about it. So you will get the 3 medals. So these are core medals for lion, tiger, cheetah for Kazari that you steal to make the OOO's Latoratah combo. I did not take these out yet because I'm going to do it actually for photos. There is a piece for removing it from the belt when you get your hands tied, or your hands may be too big, or stubby hands. You'll actually get a ton of hands, actually. I said actually twice. You'll get a ton of hands, and the reason why is because you'll actually get forearm swapping for when you bring out the claws. And your hands will be able to attach several times to either these or these sets of arms. These are easily detachable and they take little to no effort. You'll actually get the open tiger clawing hands. You will get sword holding hands for the metal jabber. Speaking of metal jabber, here's the metal jabber. You can also pull the lever forward and backwards for anyone to do scanning charge. There is a removable part here. And this is a swappable piece, which allows you to do the cell metal swap when you want to put those in. Then you're going to get open hands for, this is going to be for holding the O's scanner, which is right here. Ooh, and then I dropped it. The O's scanner can be placed on the side, which I'm actually going to do right now. And this actually can move left and right by tilting. What was that? Something fell. But I'll deal with that in a second. We actually have hands for holding our metals for when you want to do certain combinations. Let's change that focus real quick. So we actually have hands for holding our metals. We have more open martial arts hands for O's. And last but not least, we have the hand designated strictly for the scan and charge when you're doing it across for the finisher. Last but not least, you do get a bonus part, which is pretty dope. The bonus part is that of, you get the purple eyes Tataba head when you buy Latoratah. It's really dope. Now, unfortunately, I have no use for this one because I bought the SHF upgrade one. And in comparison, the SHF upgrade one, let's make sure our lighting is the same. The SHF upgrade one has the lighter purple eyes. The compound variation is actually very nice. So this side on our O's, we have the SHF upgrade. This is the bonus part. And this is just the faceplate swap. So yeah. Now we are going to jump into size comparisons, talk about it with other O's, as well as sizing them up with other types of lines. So let's get to that. So before I continue to the size comparison, one thing I forgot to show you guys is the combo changing. I know I showed it on the other two videos, but I forgot to do it on this one. So let's jump into that very quickly. We're gonna take a shortcut. So with the combo changing, you can actually change the torso, the head, and the legs. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna change these parts around. And for the torso part, you actually just gently lift out this plate at the bottom. And this is how you break it up into 3 parts. I'm gonna choose Gata Kiriba because we also have the bonus Tatoba head. So let's say you just wanted let's actually take apart Gata Kiriba as well too. Ooh, oh, that wasn't supposed to fall off, but it did. Because we actually supposed to take the torso out. But this one may have some trouble popping out. So bear with me, y'all. Let's actually get this plate off. As you can see the torso there. We'll just gently pop it out. So let's say we wanted to do Taka, Gata, and whatever. So we can actually use this plate here, pop this piece in, and we're going to use Purple Eyes Tatoba head as an example. And now you have a completely different combination. Obviously, you would change the metals as well too. But as you can see, combination-wise, I now technically have a different figure which features different things. Same can be said for this one. So I can technically mix and match and get other figures. Because now I'm going to mix it up. So let me do that now. Let me find his torso. There we go. Oop. Let's put this on. Let's torso you up so you could be a sexy beast. Let's add this piece on to your plate. Press you in there. And then let's use, actually, let's say if you wanted to even do this combination, which was actually used in the show. You now have different combinations. Now these were actually released as 2-packs for the old ones, but you can actually do a lot of switching around now. Even if I go back and do another O's. So now we definitely have 3 different combinations now. So mixing and matching this guy is actually a ton of fun because you can do a bunch of different things. So having multiples of guy actually just brings out more fun in this. You can actually do a bunch of different part swapping. So have fun with that, and you guys can figure out how you want to do all your favorite out of like 189 combinations you can get. So, and that's if they release all of them. So yeah, have fun with that. I'm gonna off camera put this guy back together, and then we're gonna jump into size comparisons. Last but not least, guys, size comparison time. So first things first, I do want to compare him to his old counterpart, the old Latoratah, and now I can finally put this old guy to rest. When you're comparing him to his old one, you can see not only is he taller, it's better proportioned, everything about it is just better. You see how big the chest is here, is almost as big as this one, but the body is much smaller. So the son has become the father. And this guy can be put to rest officially. So we can get rid of that guy. Next up, I do want to compare him to one of the old Greed, and I'm gonna use Uva because I actually cannot find my Kazari, which is driving me nuts. So here's an old Uva. And Uva looks like he can work pretty well in the battle scene. Not gonna take up too much space or time, but proportion wise, he's definitely off center. So I'm hoping we get renewals of these guys at some point. Right? Then we're gonna compare him to Ankh. So when compared to his homie and counterpart in human form, I think these two look pretty good together. Really, really good. Especially because he's also Shinkoucchou Seihou. So yeah, let's move you out of the way. Next up, when you compare it to other O's counterparts, see how good looking you're cooking. Oh no, got the kitty bar. You knocked down the kitty. So this is what you're getting. Really good counterparts. So when you want to do those O's combos, I think you're gonna have a good time swapping that around. Now we can talk about some other lines and see what we got going on. Here's another SHF Vulcan. If you want to compare to the older bodies, I should say. Here's an SHF Kamen Rider Kuga. Then we can do a Lightning Collection Dino Charge Black. He's a pretty good size for all of them. Dino Charge Black actually fits in surprisingly well with a bunch of other stuff. And if you hear Ichigo in the back, I mean he wants to get out the room, but I have the door closed. So give me a second. Give me a sec, buddy. Here we are with a Mythic Legions, right? Then we have a 6-inch Marvel Legends Spider-Man. We have an Articulated Icons Ninja. Let's see if you can stand. There we go. And then last but not least, a 1000 Toys Synthetic Human. Oh, I knew you were gonna fall. I tried to get you. Last but not least, let's do a Mezco me in the background because we already know Mezco is taller than pretty much most SHF. So we see where I'm standing with all of this, right? All in all, I think the SHF stuff has been really nice. Unlike my whole Hyper Muteki issue, I have no issues with this guy whatsoever, so I'm super happy about it. But it's been a fun ride with the old stuff. Top 5 that are alive for me. It's really fun. So I'm really hoping I can get Tajidor. I'm gonna be really excited if I can get that. All in all, if you like O's, if you like combo changing gimmick, if you just like something that's different, this is definitely gonna be for you. Besides, I hope you guys enjoyed the pictures at the end anyway. As always, guys, hope you found this informative. Hope you've enjoyed. And as always, please be good, do good. Drink your water, guys. Later.